We expect with everything that we're building, the ecosystems, various ones. We have the KRC20, those create miner revenue, the transaction fees. We have KRC 721 coming out, NFTs. Then we have KII is working on the Warp Core thingy. That's like an intermediary platform for the Swift and the banking system, traditional finance latch-in. Then on the other side, it's porting into the Kaspa network. And so to do that, you have to pay fees. So there's going to be fees potentially generated from that. So that's all fees.
What's up, Crypto Crew? Welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto ocean. So if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Crypto Crew, as I personally will continue to state ad nauseum, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Because Kaspa is the digital silver to Bitcoin's digital gold. And like all assets, we at your Crypto Crew will continue to encourage you to protect and practice self-custody. Quick shout out to Tangem, as the Tangem wallet is plug and play, easy to use, the most affordable cold storage in our opinion. So if you like to order your Tangem wallet today, you can get 10% off. Link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all.
I really think the technology behind Kaspa is unique and is going to work in a cash-based system.
Last week, some of the dedicated fellow Caspians, Crypto Pumps, Bitcoin Hoodie Guy, and Cat Daddy Crypto, shout out to them, caught up with Wolfie, head of Kaspa Business Development and Listings. And in this segment, Wolfie discusses the topic of Kaspa Smart Contracts. Although not a technical guy, quote unquote, Wolfie offers some great alpha and is able to explain it in a way a layman like me personally could somewhat understand. So plug in, Crypto Crew.
I only know enough of the technology to be dangerous, so to speak. So I'm not a developer, and I don't understand, I understand the real general way that like blockchains and the blockDAG work. But once it comes to like bridges and L1.5s and L2s, I don't get it that much. But I've seen like criticism like, oh, it's not even a native smart contract. It's not settled. It's not calculated on the Kaspa network. It's an L2. Like that's lame or something. They call it like also, I think, a L1.5. It's like in between like the layer 1 and a layer 2. So L2s for like Ethereum, for example, those ones have their own coin on that secondary network, and you pay for things to happen on that network with their own coin. That's like what you would call parasitic. It's robbing the ability of Ethereum to gain transactional revenue because you're paying in a different coin for stuff to happen somewhere else. And then they just once in a while just talk to Ethereum network and give them a little bit of pay. All of the ones that we're aware of that are going to come out for Kaspa will be settled, will be paid in Kaspa. So even though it's a separate network, you're still paying Kaspa for something to happen on there, which goes to miner revenue for Kaspa with the ASICs. And there has been criticism of the rapid emissions pay, the block reward reduction. And this will help to subsidize the miners moving forward. The more transactional revenue we have as the block rewards go down and the transactions go up, then the miners will still get a decent payout. There are wallets being worked on that should be really neat and, user-friendly. Kaspa Ecosystem Foundation is fantastic. They've been rounding up lots of contacts and speaking to lots of, different sorts of entities, traditional finance entities, which is really interesting, as well as a lot of wallet providers. So we're working with different ones, and there's also the distinct possibility of a Kaspa exclusive new one coming out, something like the Phantom wallet for Solana. Between KRC20 and then the introduction of the first smart contract platform, I believe we're going to have more things pop up, like maybe a true DEX or maybe some pump.fun kind of thing, or maybe both. Like there's going to be more capability to create fun and interesting and exciting things. Memes will be more prolific and easy to manage and everything. I think the ecosystem is very, very young, and what we can do with the KRCs so far is relatively limited compared to some other platforms, like namely Solana. But I think we're right on the cusp of what's going to be able to be done. And the 10 blocks per second is 4 times faster than Solana, and we don't have network outages either. So that's kind of neat, with a recipe for, potential for a real success and thriving ecosystem.
Kaspa is like 90% mined now.
So when it's fully mined, a lot of people worry about what's going to keep miners interested. So I know that KII and all these energy companies are planning on transacting across Kaspa instead of using Ethereum because of the gas fees and all that kind of stuff. But what other things, like, do you know much about that, or why do you think, like, to stop people worrying about that kind of stuff?
We expect with everything that we're building, the ecosystems, various ones. We have the KRC20, those create miner revenue, the transaction fees. We have KRC 721 coming out, NFTs. That's still inscription based, but it generates revenue just like smart contracts will. Then we have multiple smart contract platforms coming out. So we got the ones
Igra Labs, yeah.
Those guys. Then we have the potential of the Sparkle one. So that's two different ones that if they're both active, they're both going to be generating revenue. Then we have KII is working on the Warp Core thingy. That's like an intermediary platform that will, on the one side, it's ISO 20022, I think, compliant for the SWIFT and the banking system, traditional finance latch-in. Then on the other side, it's porting into the Kaspa network. And so to do that, you have to pay fees. So there's going to be fees potentially generated from that. So that's all fees. And then something else occurred to me just maybe mid last year when we began to speak to the fantastic people from Kaspa Industrial, is that so far in crypto, everybody who buys a miner or has miners going, especially, ASICs, they're doing it because they pay the electric, they have the warehouse or the data center, and then they're spending, and then they're generating coins for money, and so they're doing it to generate revenue directly, right? Now, once you get to the category of people like Kaspa Industrial, you have these huge, and the possibility of huge global energy players and huge industrial guys that have these unimaginable budgets, right? So think about it right now. How much does Bank of America spend on servers in the data center? They probably have, 1,000 servers turned on 24 hours a day, 10,000, or AWS. Their bill for Amazon Web or other cloud servers is like millions of dollars a month. It has to be, right? If not more. So is it really that crazy that supposing, the gigawatt token is a fantastic success and there's all this energy trading going on gigawatt token. And then, somehow transactional revenue from Kaspa transactions when the mining rewards, maybe it's not that much. But what if they just want to keep their business network going and they just buy 100 ASICs or 1,000 ASICs and just keep them on for a business servers, just business computers, just keeping the network going? That's what
they're doing.
Yeah, they don't care that it's generating, it's nice that it's generating a little bit, but who cares? It's just a computer. I'm keeping my computers turned on to keep the network going. What will happen to KRC20 when smart contracts are live? Will they migrate? So the actual platform of, the Kasflex guys, I don't think they're going to just turn off those indexing servers and stop working on it. So I think this might be more the answer from what I would imagine is more on a per token project basis. So one token may choose to go to smart contract version, and then another one may choose to stay on there. I'm not really sure how this will develop, but I know it's been answered that it is possible to migrate to a smart contract version. So I guess they would just want to see how's the interaction with different versions look like, and where's all the action going down? Is it going down on a smart contract DEX maybe? Then they would want to move it over. So I'm not sure. It's too early to know the real answer, but I know it would be possible. And then if you're talking about smart contract developers and all of that stuff, I'm sure that CAF will be subsidizing maybe or paying for smart contract platform. And then on top of that, they're pretty sharp and they have a budget. So they'll be attracting and doing hackathons and all the stuff that you're supposed to do. So it'll unfold as it needs to, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm not an expert on smart contracts, but the OG is Ethereum smart contracts. The language that you write a smart contract to make a token like USDT on Ethereum is called Solidity. So that's the programming language that you write a smart contract on Ethereum. The language that you're going to write it on Kaspa, either on Sparkle or on the other guys, we don't know what it is yet. I don't know.
Thank you and shout out to our fellow Caspians, Bitcoin Hoodie Guy, Crypto Pums, and Cat Daddy Crypto for bringing on Wolfie. You know, Wolfie is adept in his communication, putting seemingly more complex technical stuff into everyday language. And so I hope this insight on smart contracts has been of value to you, crypto crew. These developments for Kaspa, although we're still early in 2025, early in this 2025 bull run, knowing that this is Kaspa's first ever bull run, proves Kaspa is far from done with all of the many catalysts that are about to be rolled out.
We've got Marathon Digital mining Kaspa over other proof-of-work coins next to Bitcoin. We've got Grayscale and hedge funds starting to invest into Kaspa. We've got Casplex. We've got the Crescendo fork taking it to 10 blocks per second. And you're bearish on Kaspa right now? If you can't hold, you're never going to be rich, especially in crypto.
Price is just a cloak for the potential that is so apparent yet not quite obvious. That's why we walk by faith, not by sight. But if you do hold Kaspa, crypto crew, you should know why. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Stick around.
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing here on the crypto ocean. Grow in grace and let's make some crypto waves. Say I.